Walkout with Paul and Jay, with red hot stories from post game, interviews, analysis, within the hour, right here at the Growler.
All right, welcome into the latest edition of the Walkout Training Camp Recaps. Day 7 here. Bengals are off tomorrow. Then Saturday night we'll have a practice inside of the stadium. Today we were also inside, pushed inside of the bubble again, the indoor facility again. And because of rain that was happening outside, sorry for the fans that weren't able to take in what ended up being a very fun, spirited practice yet again. A lot of competitive moments between the offense and the defense. A lot of wins for the defense today. We're going to do what we always do. We're going to get into a takeaway, a play, and a thing they say from today, Jay. Does it ever get old that I keep doing the rhyme? Like, I don't really there's so much rhyming. I can't stop myself. It's just right there. Sorry. Go ahead.
I mean, my takeaway actually had nothing to do with what we saw in practice. Maybe we'll see it Saturday night. We probably will see it Saturday night, but the Bengals, it's not even official yet, but we know it's happening. They are signing Noah Fant. I think it's a key takeaway because of what he can bring to the offense. Not quite the blocker that I think Eric All was turning into, but he has had flashes. He was bothered by a groin injury last year. He was really low on PFF's ranking for tight end blocking last year, but the year before he was 26th, and that's everybody, with a minimum snaps. It's not all starters. So I think he brings a lot. I think what really is interesting about this is we say this all the time. The Bengals are never going to win a bidding war. It sounds like maybe they did. I mean, he took other visits. He went to New Orleans. He went to Miami. We don't know if either one of those teams offered more in the way of compensation. We don't even know what the Bengals are signing him for. But for other teams to be in the mix and want a guy to come in and for him to pick the Bengals, whether it was money, playing opportunity, chance to win a ring, whatever it was, that's significant.
It is significant, and I think it really adds to a room that was quietly problematic. I'm not going to say that they have a bad room there, but I mean, again, when you chop Gesicki out and put him into the wide receiver column where he really more belongs, they're missing some juice. I mean, you had Drew Sample, who is your do everything Swiss Army knife, does it all guy for you. Tanner Hudson, who is fine, quarterback friendly, of course, has moments, but Noah Fant brings. If you go and watch, go find a highlight tape of Noah Fant from the last year or two. Watch how many times he catches the ball short of the sticks and then finds a way to get to the first down, whether it's accelerating between a couple of guys, whether it's acceleration to the end zone, whether it's pulling a couple of people a couple extra yards to get that extra bit. In the way that the Bengals use their tight ends just made so much sense. It made sense to the Bengals. It's why they pursued him. It made sense to Noah Fant, which is why he came here first. And I think people thought when he left that the ship had sailed. That was never the case. They loved what both sides really liked what they saw from each other. But Fant wanted to do his due diligence and make sure he took all of his offers and went to their spots and saw what they had to offer. New Orleans, Miami being the other two places we've taken you along that ride a little bit here this week. End of the day, hard to go against Joe Burrow and what his history is with helping tight ends not just get catches and touchdowns, but get dollars. He has helped many people, and I think Noah Fant seems like a great fit because they don't really have somebody quite like him in terms of some of the yards after the catch and athleticism and being a thicker guy. Yeah, he's not Eric All, but he's not Mike Gesicki.
Right.
And so he's a little bit more in the middle that way where you can get a little bit there. But look, he's there to be an offensive weapon catching passes from Joe Burrow, and they could use more of that.
And I mean, that you would assume that it was a 1-year deal.
It is.
Yes. And there, that's it. You come in, you play 1 year, get a chance to win a ring, play really well, put up some stats, chance to get paid. We've seen it over and over and over again with tight ends that play with Joe Burrow.
And the exact type of thing, we've talked about this on here, the exact type of thing that the Bengals haven't done enough of, I don't think, in the past, in going after these types of players this time of year, that is going to help them exponentially as they try to get through the season with enough depth. On that note, needing to get through the season with enough depth, it's hard not to look out there right now at the offensive line and wonder what the hell's going on. Because, and that's not in a way that it's just a disaster. It's from a depth, they are searching, right? You're searching for depth right now. Amarius Mims, they're managing through something for a couple of days. So you had Devin Cochran out there with the ones yesterday at right tackle. You had Jackson Kirkland out there some today. Jalen Rivers out there some today. They're trying, they're looking, they're searching. If they were playing Cleveland on Sunday, maybe it's Cody Ford kicking back outside to tackle. Again, it just, when you look at that spot, and you're seeing the trouble that they're having right now, and that's fine and to be expected at certain points, but like, you just can't feel great about where they're at depth-wise. And interior offensive line, there's the battles that are happening that we have outlined for you, and it's okay, right? I think the under-discussed is the tackle depth and the lack thereof, and just feels like they need another Cody Ford, a guy who can play tackle and guard for you and maybe be a little more confident in as your third tackle. Can Jalen Rivers become that? I don't know. He's a 5th-round pick. It's a rookie. You're just asking a lot if something happens to somebody like Amarius Mims. And we were talking yesterday about the greed and the need for him to be out there more. The fall off is significant after him. And so I just, it's hard for me to not come away concerned with some of the depth on the offensive line at the tackle position when you see kind of where it's starting and where it's already at right now before any injuries have even occurred.
Yeah, and that's it. It's important to admit it to say that it's not an imminent need right now. This is Zac talked about it being that they're managing Amarius Mims. It's a little something going on with his right hand. Off day tomorrow. Give him the day off today. Doesn't seem like it's anything that's going to linger. It's not anything to worry about moving forward, but it's always a possibility with an offensive lineman. And I'm with you. That depth is because we still don't have Lucas Patrick out there, and so that if that were to happen and you kick Cody out to right tackle, then you're talking about what Dylan Fairchild and Cordell Volson starting, like you said, if Cleveland was tomorrow. So that is something they need to get straightened out.
No question about that. Let's get to plays. What's your? I'll start off with the play. I've got one I got to get to.
Okay.
I want to talk. I think play of the day, arguably. And that was an interception of Joe Burrow. But it was, not just an interception of Joe Burrow. It was Burrow trying to connect to Jamar Chase over the middle on a play that they've probably connected on a million times, it feels like, in their career, trying to throw in the hole in the zone between a couple of linebackers. But guess what? Demetrius Knight steps in, gets his hand on the pass as Burrow tried to squeeze it through, tips it. Dax Hill dives and picks it off just before it goes to the ground, hops up and starts running the other way. It's not just the play, which was fantastic on all parts by Knight and Hill and really the entire defense. It's talking in the locker room afterwards. This was a play that Knight said he had the exact same opportunity to make that play the day before, didn't play it correctly, didn't quite get himself into the right spot, went in, got the coaching points, an opportunity to go do it again, does it perfectly, makes the play. When you're talking about what you want to hear and see from rookies, it's not just making plays. It's learning from your mistakes and then making plays, which somehow makes this an even better play for Knight, and a great play by Dax Hill coming back off the ACL. All around, great stuff from the defense on another great day for the defense.
Yeah, 2 days in a row, rookie linebackers have had pass deflections against Joe Burrow. That's notable. Barrett Carter did yesterday in the red zone. Also saw, it was kind of more of an observation, but we talk all the time about how brutal football is. And sometimes if a guy goes down in practice, they just move the drill and they just keep on going. Demetrius Knight went down today, and that place was loud. The defense was roaring after a pass breakup, and it got quiet in a hurry. And he did say how much he appreciates everybody's concern, but he is fine. He just got the wind knocked out of him. But it was a little bit of a scary moment there at the end. And again, it was just play after play after play by the defense.
Yeah, great day for the defense. Arrow up for Demetrius Knight, as it has continued to be since the moment he showed up. All right, Jay, what do you got for play?
Yeah, speaking about plays by the defense, again, it's going to be a group of plays, and all by DJ Turner. Just a fantastic day for him. He said afterward, I needed a day like that. And someone asked, why did you need a day like that? And I was waiting for him to kind of open up and be like, because I've not been very good. He didn't go there, but we've seen it. And he has struggled. He's had flashes and he's had struggles in camp. And this was a big coming out day for him. And he's doing it against Ja'Marr Chase. He's doing it against T. Higgins. He is running across the field and staying in step with Ja'Marr Chase. He is, as you will see on the last play that Paul's about to play, ripping the ball free of the vice-like hands of T. Higgins. It's just, it was a really, really strong day, and you got to say it, he got in Jamar's head a little bit. He got in Jamar's ear, definitely, and I think he got all the way into the head.
Notice this. That's one play on the cross. We're going to show you one where Jamar actually – watch Jamar actually makes it, but watch Jamar's reaction after the catch. Just watch Jamar. Throws the ball at him, because they were jawing, and he's been jawing with these DBs for a while now. You saw the frustration. I thought Jamar was about to go today. I mean, there was yelling all the way across the field with him and Jordan Battle, and him and DJ Turner here. And again, here's the play on the cross where you see, DJ just tracking Jamar all the way across. The frustration was starting to build with him. You could just kind of sense it. And then it ends with this one and another big reaction. And there it is, a second day in a row where we're talking about a big reaction from the defense stopping Ja'Marr Chase or stopping T. Higgins in this case. And it's just been, that excitement has been so notable, but DJ Turner in the middle of all of them. I had him for 5 pass breakups today.
I did too. I had 5. And it was interesting because I was walking in and I went into the media room first and I saw DJ come in. I was like, oh, I got to go. I want to get to him. Maybe I'll talk to him before anybody else does. There's a lot of media waiting at his locker for him to show up. So he's already talking, and it was a big mob around him. And here comes Ja'Marr Chase over. And sometimes they kind of playfully make faces at each other when they're doing interviews. Ja'Marr just kind of leaned his head in like, okay, what's he saying? Is he still trash talking? And he heard what he wanted to hear. DJ was saying all the right things, and Ja'Marr went on his way. But it was a very, very impressive day for DJ Turner.
I just think, and this has been the theme, if you're one of our loyal Growl pals out there, thank so many of you that have been watching these every day, listening to these every day. This is the point in camp where the themes really start to emerge. 7 practices in, it's not, one off here, coincidence here, bad day here. The competitive nature, and players to a man, everybody I talked to across the locker room over the last couple of days is saying the same thing, man. The energy and enthusiasm and confidence from this defense has just been more than you would have expected, and it's really blossomed. And you see it. And talking about how this competitiveness and all the trash talk that's happening right now is great for both sides. But there's a mix. Both sides are winning theirs. But the fact that the defense is winning so much, man, through 7 practices, to me, is the surprise of the season so far. They're really coming together and having a lot of moments. And DJ Turner, who we've given a hard time to on this show because he's had his problems, having a day for him was a big sign for him as well. What about a thing that they say?
Yeah, I got a couple. The first one, Zac said that today in his presser. It's never going to get any harder for these guys with all what these DBs are doing in practice. And then he kind of came back and couched it and said it's probably not going to get any harder. I don't think he wanted bulletin board material out there anywhere else. But it was interesting because I think it was you that asked him about Jordan Battle trash talking Ja'Marr, and Zac said Jamar's a hard guy to make a play on. So if you're involved in any sort of play that falls incomplete, guys may never get that opportunity again to say something. Well, DJ Turner got it over and over again today, and he did. He had his say. And I asked him, too, afterwards about Ja'Marr throwing the ball at him. Is like, do you take that as a victory? Like you're in his head? And he said, no, we're just competing out there. And he's going to win some, I'm going to win some, and we're going to go at it again tomorrow. He's so locked in, he doesn't even realize tomorrow's an off day.
Yeah. My play today is something that I honestly didn't even realize that I saw until going back through the video. And I talked to Jerry Montgomery, the defensive line coach, after today's practice. And we were talking about a number of different topics. And I was just kind of asking him about seeing the flashes from Shemar. We'd seen a couple. And I said, it looked like he had a moment today. And he said, yeah, he blew by Orlando today. And I didn't realize, I was thinking of a different play until I went back and looked at it. If you're watching here on the YouTube channel, thank you, by the way, for watching on the YouTube channel. Shemar Stewart comes off the edge of Orlando here. Go ahead and keep an eye on that right side and what happens. Zip. It's like he teleports over to the other side. Watch again. Shemar Stewart right here. Okay, I'm pausing it. So he gets around Orlando right as Joe is at the back of his drop. And the speed with which he goes from there, just getting around Orlando and then touching Joe's back shoulder, as he obviously doesn't go through his back here, is so fast, where he's just gone, right? And his point was, at 280 pounds, guys that can do that, and what to be able to do that is such a rare flash. But what Jerry said to me, you see that today, and Jerry Montgomery said the first couple of days, all he wanted to do was run down the middle of people. That's too easy. Let's teach you how to work the edges. And that's what happens, right?
Yeah.
Working the edges, understanding how to then let all of those physical traits take over. It's early for Shemar, just a couple of days in. But stuff like that, going around a great left tackle in Orlando Brown, and showing that kind of acceleration if he does make that play, that's why you draft a guy number 17 overall. And you are starting to see flat. His point was, man, I'm teaching him everything right now. Like, I mean, it is at one point he said stance, alignment, feet, eyes. He started naming all the things that he's working through with them. He said, but then there's that.
Yeah.
And when that happens, you say, there's somebody that can help you this year. So it's happening right now.
You think Orlando is not missing Trey Hendrickson, right? I mean, imagine having to go against Trey and Shemar, that combination. That would be tough. And if you'll notice, that play with Shemar getting in there was another one where DJ Turner wasn't a PBU, but it was an incompletion where he was on Shemar.
Yes. So another great day for the defense. The offense with some wins. Andre Osivas certainly had a couple of nice plays, and there were playing Charlie Jones with a nice touchdown pass from Jake Browning. But, man, the story of the first 7 has been the emergence of this Bengals defense right now. So, all right, thanks, everybody, for watching, for listening. Day off tomorrow again. Saturday, Charlie will be kicking in for Jay, taking the seat after the night practice. So we'll have recap on that. So hopefully you will check back in with us on Saturday evening. And till now and then, we'll talk to you later. Have a good one, everybody.